to the next trending video.
Okay, so the next trending video is Cleric says pastors must confront bad government. So apparently, Odumodu, is it Odumodu? No. Odumeje, yes, that's his name, sorry. Odumeje said that people like Pastor Deboye and Pastor Oyedepo should be the one calling out the bad government in Nigeria because enough is enough. So let's watch the video. Cleric says pastors must confront bad government. Then my direct question to you, Chris, is why do you think the cleric feels like pastors should be the ones to fish out the bad government and speak against bad governments in the country?
Okay, I understand he's saying this because he's a pastor. Okay, let me say that. And then, so ordinarily we should be talking about the ministers of God.
Yeah.
And then maybe from a broader view, it could extend beyond Christianity, in quote and all of that. Just to say, those are regarded to be the mouthpiece of God. All right, because, okay, zeroing down to what he said, I strongly believe that, to start with, I agree with him. I agree with him that pastors should call out bad governance and all of that. Yeah, because number one, pastors represent the conscience of the nation.
Yeah.
All right. Pastors act as intermediary between the divine and then the divinity and humanity. All right. So the pastors speak truth to power. And we've seen that in scriptures with Elijah, John the Baptist, and all of that. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Now, but however, there should also be a balance. There should also be a balance. Yeah, pastors should ordinarily be courageous to speak to leaders, because leaders go to pastors, leaders have respect, political leaders have respect for pastors, and then they seek their endorsements, and then they also seek their prayers. They seek their counsel and all of that. So, the pastors should also take advantage of that to speak truth to them. Okay. But, so calling out the two fathers, Pastor Adeboye and Bishop Oyedepo. Now, I know these two very well. By nature, Papa Adeboye is a bit reserved. Okay. You do seem so radical and all of that. But then in his corner, it does that. And then it's like, it is more like a father to the nation. And then the politicians from all of the walks, religious faith, run to him, seek advice with him, seek audience with him and all of that, and he speaks to them. And then, well, Bishop Oyedepo is a bit more radical. I've known him now for over 30 years, and he's been very consistent. He is radical.
Yes, always.
He is radical. He speaks from his altar. He spits fire.
Yeah.
He literally spits fire at bad governments. Okay, so he does that. And then, so sometimes some other people think that these pastors should speak in line with how they will want them to speak.
Exactly.
Until they speak in that manner, they are not speaking. But that's not true. That's not, because there's also a need for a balance. There's a need for a balance, because as much as they will speak truth to the leaders, they also need to work with the leaders.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you see, the power of religion, particularly in this part of the world, is so amazing that sometimes even the political leaders need the spiritual leaders to help them sell certain projects and all of that. So if there is no synergy, there will be a breakdown in communication and effectiveness, because ultimately what we are looking at is moving the nation forward. It's a progressive, advancement of the nation. So the pastor must not always be at variance with political leaders. And even if they are friends, they should still be able to speak truth to them. All right. For example, look at someone like Pastor Tunde Bakari. All right. I have heard him spit fire against this present administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and I've also seen him, whine with him. Okay, so when he needs to speak truth to him, he will do that, and when he needs to seek some kind of support, he will do that. That's the balance we're looking at. So pastors should not be cornered to be seen as enemies of politicians. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. They should provide support where it's needed, and they should speak true to them where it's needed. So there must be that balance.
Well, there must be that. Well, I think you said a lot. I don't need to ask more questions on that because that is already very well detailed. Because I also believe, truthfully, that some key pastors or lead pastors are actually making sure that they are talking to the government and make sure they are accountable for everything they do. But we can't overflog this. We also still need more leaders, more cleric men, yeah, to actually do more of these things by that would also encourage Nigerians to still get involved in politics and, also be better Nigerians, because we still need to make Nigeria better. It's not just about the government. We are also part of Nigeria.